I'm Vic Myers. Welcome to the Resistance. I'm making this video because I keep seeing people defend what Congressional Democrats are doing, or not doing. And they're using the same excuse that they are. Our hands are tied because we're in the minority. Folks, I've stepped on road apples that are more solid than that excuse. But how do I convince you? Well, did you know that you can go and read the House and Senate rules? That's what I did. And when you look at them, what you find is this. No, a single member can't run Congress, but a single member can make it very hard for it to run quietly. Here's just a few examples. In the House of Representatives, there's a tool called a resolution of inquiry. It comes from House Rule 13, Clause 7. Under this rule, any member can introduce a resolution that directs the executive branch to turn over documents or explain an action. They don't need the Speaker's permission. They don't need the minority leader's permission. All they need is a backbone. The committee can't just ignore it. They have to report it, or it can be forced to the floor. And if the administration complies, then those documents become public. If the administration refuses, that refusal becomes public. Either way, it goes into the congressional record, and that's a paper trail. That's exposure. Exposure that we don't have to wait 8 months for a whistleblower to release, like we did with the DHS memo telling ICE to bust into houses without having a warrant. Now look at how votes happen in the House. Most of the time, leadership uses voice votes. All in favor say aye, all opposed say no. But under House Rule 20, Clause 1 and Clause 6, one member can demand a recorded vote. Now every vote is recorded and members can be held accountable for it. It's also a way to slow things down. Slow things down enough and members have to work more hours and take fewer vacations. Slow things down enough and the oligarchs get frustrated because they're not getting what they want fast enough. The Senate runs on something called unanimous consent. This comes from Senate Rule 7 and Senate Rule 12, which govern how business is taken up and how the calendar works. Most things move forward because nobody objects. But one senator can. One senator can say no. And now confirmations take floor time. Now bills take days instead of minutes. Now leadership has to come out and explain what they're doing in public. One senator can also place a hold on a nominee. This is not written into a single rule. It's in a Senate custom tied to the unanimous consent process. What it does is force leadership to either negotiate or burn real floor time to move a nomination forward. That's how you make the administration explain, on the record, why a specific person deserves a powerful job. There's another tool most people never hear about, and it's called the Congressional Review Act. This is a federal law, not just a rule. It's found in 5 U.S. Code sections 801 through 808. Any senator can introduce a resolution to challenge an executive branch rule. That resolution is privileged, which means it gets a vote. Not to magically win, but to force the question into the open. Do you back this rule or do you not? Every one of these actions creates a public record. Every one of them raises the political cost of what the administration is doing. Every one of them makes power visible instead of invisible. These are just a few of the rules available to members of the House and Senate, regardless of whether or not they're in the minority. Democrats could be using them to the point that they could frustrate the Republicans into compromise. They could use them to force transparency and accountability. But too many of them are afraid of that accountability and would rather monetize for the next election. So when I hear our hands are tied, what I hear is not, we have no tools. What I hear is we have decided not to use our tools. They can't stop everything, but they can make sure that nothing happens quietly. Thanks for listening. Good day.